How many of you won? And how many of you lost? Isn't that always the case? Well, I'm Adele, and this is my Saturday night show, so I can't thank you enough for coming and taking the time and making the effort to spend it with me. This is Eric, my piano player. Eric, say hello to all my friends tonight. So last night was my first night back in a very, very long time. I naturally was supposed to have a 5-week break, which was the last 5 weeks, but then I had to take the 5 weeks off before that as well because my voice was just exhausted and knackered. And so I had to go on complete voice rest for 5 weeks, right, to get it back up to strength. Can you imagine? Obviously, I know I'm a singer and that's what you know me for, but outside of doing my shows, I don't really sing at home very much because my son doesn't like it. Well, obviously, I'm a chatterbox. I can talk I'm going to talk every single one of your ears off tonight, as well as do some singing. But can you imagine me not being able to talk for 5 weeks? Absolute hell on earth. I think my partner and my son were quite happy about it. They were like, thank God we don't have to hear it. Do you know what one of the craziest things was that I realised is that I definitely start every single argument with every single person that I love because we didn't have one argument while I couldn't talk. And they would even try and like poke me a little bit, you know, obviously not to make me talk because I wasn't allowed to, but like the sort of impatience I would have to have by writing my point down, you know, on a piece of paper which is very long-winded. They would do it to annoy me, and still nothing ever happened, no arguments. But since I've been talking, no arguments have happened either since. You get a strange sense of peace when you can't talk. I've done it once before. I mean, I've gone on voice rest quite a lot over the last 15 years, but when last time I had to do voice rest was about 10 years ago, and I didn't have a child, I didn't have dogs, I didn't have a life, you know, I was very, very young, so it was quite easy. Whereas now what I realise everyone does, all the people who are able to talk, who are talking able, stop talking to you because they think that they've lost their voice as well. So then you end up hating everybody and you end up just sort of being like, I don't want to see you, I don't want to talk to you. Hi guys, come on, I hope you won at the tables, whatever you were doing. I'm on time, come on, come on, come on. But anyway, ever since I've been able to talk again, I've been avoiding people like the plague because I don't want to get sick again, and everyone always has germs. I know I'm a germaphobe. There's a fly